Okay, so Australia and Scotland played this evening at the Coventry Building Society Arena in the Rugby League World Cup group stages. This was, well, so one-sided it almost became painful to watch if you're a Scotland fan. Now, Australia obviously were overwhelming favourites. They were expected to win comfortably, maybe 30-14. 4, for example, would be a decent scoreline. They made a lot of changes from the first game against Fiji, which was a very, very good match, very entertaining match. It was not as one-sided as that scoreline suggested. This is finished 84-0. Australia have scored 15 tries. Campbell Graham has got a hat-trick. Josh Addo-Carr has got 4. Josh Addo-Carr's solo try for his second is fantastic. His fourth try, Matt Burton with the flick between the legs. That is a ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous piece of play to keep the play going, to score the 15th try. Possibly one of the best tries I've seen ever. Absolutely ridiculous skill to pass that ball between his legs. Make sure it didn't go forward, make sure he doesn't go into touch. Josh Addo-Carr then chips on ahead for the second phase and wins the race to score the 15th and final try, and his 4th on the night. It all goes wrong from Scotland from the opening kickoff, and there was a period of time where Scotland just didn't touch the ball. This was more one-sided than England's Samoa, and was expected to be a win for Australia. They made a lot of changes. At one point, I think they had 7 players who can play halfback on the field, so there was creativity all over the field. They had one disallowed try literally in the first minute from the opening kickoff. It went horribly wrong from the outset for Scotland. The weather conditions were atrocious in Coventry. Really heavy rain. But the fact that Australia have scored 84 points and clearly missed some kicks at goal, there was a couple of missed opportunities from Australia. There was some good defence midway through the second half for Scotland. They had a brief purple patch where they gave as good as they got. They completed their sets. They defended really well for a good 15-minute spell in the second half. But other than that, I mean, this could have been 100 plus. On another night, if it was perfect conditions, this could have been 100 plus. Australia have actually squandered some opportunities, but they were ruthless. Their intensity level did not drop. Their defence was terrifying. They have put down a message with this performance. I don't know how much you can take out of the performance with the scoreline and how poor Scotland were, but Australia made sure their intensity levels didn't drop. The combinations, they were looking at different combinations. Tedesco comes off, Valentine Holmes comes on. I mean, look what Valentine Holmes has been doing. Jack Whiten, had a very good game. Campbell Graham was playing on the wing, had a hat-trick. He's a centre. They were playing some players out of their natural position. And quite frankly, it's generally terrifying. So let's have a look at it. Obviously, Nathan Cleary has his try disallowed after a minute of play, following Scotland putting the foot out on the kickoff. Getting the dead ball line all wrong, and that set the tone for the evening. They were on the back foot immediately. So, Josh Addo-Carr gets 4, Campbell Graham gets a hat-trick, Addo-Carr scores his first try in 6 minutes, Jack Whiten gets a try on 11 minutes, Cleary finally gets a conversion, Angus Crichton gets a try on 15 minutes, Campbell Graham scores his first of 3 on 21 minutes, Nathan Cleary gets a try on 28 minutes. Josh Addo-Carr opens his account on 31 minutes. And Jack Whiten scores his second try on 35 minutes. Cleary has converted all these tries apart from the first Josh Addo-Carr try. So it's at half-time, it's 40-0. It's a point per minute. They are keeping pace with the scoreboard. That is ridiculous. After half-time, James Tedesco scores a try literally on 41 minutes. Cleary converts. Ben Hunt scores a try in 44 minutes. Cleary converts. Scotland haven't touched the ball yet in the second half at this point. Josh Addo-Carr scores his hat-trick try on 49 minutes. Cleary converts that. Campbell Graham scores his second try on 59 minutes. There's a period of 10 minutes where Scotland are making a bit more of a fist of it. And this is the period where they are, really fighting hard. But they've had Kane Lynette sin-binned for a tackle with a player without the ball in 58 minutes. Campbell Graham literally scores off the resulting penalty. But this is where Scotland start having a bit of fight. There is a bit of a scuffle that nearly came to a punch-up, which maybe Scotland should have done from the opening minute in this period. Matt Burton scores his try in 66 minutes. Cleary converts that. Campbell Graham, his try in 74 minutes. The kick from the kick through is just ridiculous as well. That's his hat-trick. Cleary converts that. Isaiah Yeo, he's a leader with Penrith. He was vice-captain on the night. He gets his try in 77 minutes. Now the Josh Addo-Carr fourth try. Ben Hunt puts the kick through. They both compete for the ball. Addo-Carr and his opposition winger. Neither player touches it. Matt Burton sees the ball going out of play. He wants to keep the ball alive. That is what I call a Fijian Sevens style pass. But my God, how he pulls that off accurately into Addo-Carr's hands. He's completely blind. He cannot see where Addo-Carr is behind him. He just gets hand to ball before his foot goes dead in touch. And then Addo-Carr chips ahead and wins the foot race to score the 15th try on the night and his fourth. 15 tries. Addo-Carr's got 4. Campbell Graham's got a hat-trick. Scotland got their first tackle within Australia's 20 on 79 minutes. They weren't even close to scoring a point. Not even close to scoring a point. They didn't even get a drop goal, so a field goal. So absolutely ridiculous. 15 tries, 84-0, and Australia left points on the field. That could have been 100, and possibly should have been. But the weather, okay, you could argue difficult playing conditions. Cleary was rested for the first game. That's his first 80 minutes in the tournament. Maybe a little bit of rust there following on from the grand final 3 weeks ago. 84-0. What can England do against France tomorrow, for example? That's a really heated rivalry. And the French looked a little bit out of sorts in their opening game. England were brilliant against Samoa. I think Australia were better than England's performance against Samoa. They just destroyed Scotland in attack and defence. Their defence was just bashed them, basically. Absolutely stunning. They put a marker down. And what can New Zealand do as well? And Tonga are one of the favourites. Let's see how other teams respond to this performance. So there we go, 84-0, ridiculous. A hat-trick and 4 tries for Campbell Graham and Josh Addo-Carr, and the 15th try is possibly one of the best tries I have ever seen. Not to take anything away from, Josh Addo-Carr's solo try out on 31 minutes, which is also absolutely fantastic. He stumbles, he beats 3 or 4 defenders. He had a fantastic game. But that final try, just look at it on social media. When people go, it's going to be on Twitter, it's going to be on Facebook, it's going to be on YouTube. That is going to do the rounds for a very, very long time. And it may be one of the best tries I've ever seen. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Please place your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll have some more videos for you very, very soon.